The rain poured mercilessly, soaking the city streets and pattering against the towering glass windows of Neurocorp Tech's corporate headquarters. Kamal Suresh shook out his umbrella as he stepped inside, the chill of the night still clinging to his skin. His fingers brushed his short-cropped curls as he adjusted his worn laptop bag. Another day of being overlooked, underestimated, but maybe not today. Today was different. "You're late, Kamal," the receptionist said without looking up from her tablet. Kamal didn't correct her. At Neurocorp, a black man didn't get the benefit of the doubt. Even when he wasn't late, he was expected to act like he was. He stepped into the elevator, his pulse quickening as he rode to the top floor. He had worked on his self-correcting AI algorithm for months, sacrificing sleep and weekends to perfect it. If approved, it could revolutionize how cities managed energy, preventing outages and overloading during peak times. But Kamal wasn't just fighting technical challenges. He was fighting faces like Ethan Cooper's, smug, entitled, and constantly smirking like he already owned the world. The conference room buzzed with quiet chatter as Kamal entered, but it fell silent when Ethan shot him a glance. The blonde engineer leaned back in his chair, fingers steepled. Kamal swallowed hard and began his presentation. Slide after slide, he detailed how the AI would work, how it could predict surges, and how it would dynamically recalibrate the grid to prevent blackouts. He looked around for reactions, for nods of approval, but the room remained still. "It's ambitious," Ethan finally said, his voice cutting through the silence. "But overly complex. Too many variables to control." "The simulations prove otherwise," Kamal insisted, trying to steady his voice. "We'll revisit it," Ethan interrupted, already packing up his laptop. Meeting adjourned. As the room emptied, Kamal sat frozen, his breath coming in short gasps. Months of work brushed aside like a bad idea. That afternoon, while passing Ethan's office, Kamal heard the man pitching the same idea, Kamal's idea, to the CEO. Kamal clenched his fists. If Ethan was going to steal his work, Kamal wouldn't just sit back and watch. Not this time. The lights in Kamal's apartment flickered as he typed furiously, surrounded by coffee-stained mugs and half-eaten snacks. His laptop screen glowed, running simulation after simulation. Something wasn't sitting right. Then he saw it. A flaw. Ethan had tweaked Kamal's original design just enough to make it unstable. Under heavy load, the AI wouldn't be able to respond fast enough, leading to cascading blackouts. The city's entire grid could fail in a matter of hours. Panic surged in Kamal's chest as he picked up his phone and called Nia Parker, his closest ally and a cybersecurity expert. She answered after the second ring. "Late-night troubleshooting again," she teased. "It's not a joke this time," Kamal said. He explained the flaw, pacing back and forth across his apartment. "If the grid goes live with this design, the whole city could go dark." Nia was silent for a moment before she said, "Then you've got to stop it." "They won't listen to me." "Then make them listen." Hook, Kamal stared at his screen. He had less than 24 hours before the system went live. Time was already running out. The next morning, Kamal rushed to Neurocorp's offices. He confronted the project manager, slamming a stack of data on the desk. "This design flaw could collapse the entire system," Kamal said, breathless. The project manager barely glanced at the papers before shaking his head. "We're confident in Ethan's design. Stop trying to sabotage the project." Defeated, Kamal returned home, where he monitored the grid launch from his laptop. The press conference aired on every major news station. Ethan stood on stage, smiling as reporters praised his leadership. By sunset, the cracks began to show. Minor power fluctuations appeared across the network. By midnight, entire districts lost power. Kamal's fingers trembled as he called Nia. "It's happening." Nia's response was immediate. "Then we fix it. Now." Nia met Kamal outside a coffee shop under the cover of night. Her eyes were sharp, her tablet already out and running diagnostics. "Here's the plan," she said, handing him a USB drive. "You get inside, plug this into their main server, and run the patch. I'll handle the rest remotely. They approached NeuroCore's back entrance. Nia hacked the electronic lock, and the door clicked open. Security cameras? Kamal asked. Loop for 5 minutes, she replied. Go. The dimly lit hallway stretched before him like a tunnel of danger. Kamal's heart pounded as he crept toward the server room. Just as he reached the door, footsteps echoed behind him. Kamal turned, holding his breath. Someone was coming. Inside the server room, Kamal plugged in the USB and began the upload. The progress bar crawled forward at an agonizing pace. The door burst open. Ethan stood there, flanked by 2 security guards. I knew you couldn't let this go, Ethan said, his voice dripping with smugness. Too bad you won't finish. Kamal kept typing, ignoring the panic in his chest. If I don't finish, the city's going dark. Ethan scoffed. You think anyone will believe you? Kamal spun his laptop around, showing the cascading failures in real time. Even Ethan couldn't hide his fear. The CEO barged in, demanding answers. Kamal seized the moment, explaining everything in rapid-fire detail. Let him finish, the CEO ordered. With seconds left, Kamal hit enter, praying the patch would take hold before the entire system collapsed. The power flickered, then stabilized. One by one, neighborhoods regained electricity. Hospitals came back online. The city breathed again. Kamal exhaled, his shoulders slumping in relief. The CEO turned to Ethan, his expression cold. You're fired. Kamal didn't wait for the fallout. He stepped outside into the dawn, where Nia was waiting. What now? She asked. Kamal smiled. We build something better. His phone buzzed with a message, urgent, another AI system is failing. Kamal grinned. Time to get to work. A week later, Kamal stood in the center of his newly leased office space, the hum of computers and the smell of fresh paint filling the air. His team, a group of engineers and innovators who had been overlooked like him, worked tirelessly at their stations. Nia entered with her tablet. I traced the failure in Midtown. It's sabotage, someone is intentionally causing these AI collapses. Kamal nodded, his mind already racing. Then we find them. As Kamal sat down, his phone buzzed again. The message read, watch your back. He smiled faintly. Let them come.